Good evening. This is Julz and Paekau coming to you from Auckland, New Zealand. This light on. Made it a little bit duller, but it's okay. All right, let's start again. I'm Julz and Paekau from Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm coming to you on behalf of the TBC community as a trusted seller on the 3rd of July 2018 at 9 p.m. Sorry. And this is my broadcast number 83. Good evening, Dr. J. Stevens. Thank you for coming along to my broadcast. Well, no 2 days are going to be the same, and today was no different. It's been a bit of a rough day, but you make do with what you've got in front of you. And I thought, well, was tonight going to happen? Yes, it was going to happen. And why? Is because the events leading up from this morning, from the send button meeting, which fully impacted many people this morning, in the sense that although the leaders had been called out to resign as they did, it just seemed like it impacted the meeting to a more solidarity this morning than any other meeting, actually, because with Randy Wilson not having the title and the many others, it didn't seem any different. It didn't seem like we were going to fall apart because, although the title's gone, the conviction of the person remains even stronger. And we saw that from the very impactful broadcast from 2 o'clock this morning, here in New Zealand time anyway. Now, what I got from that is that I had gone from watching how people were wanting more from TBC admin, which kind of threw me because you couldn't ask for anything more from admin than what's already available. Now, these people who get on and, they were complaining about, we need to implement this and implement that. Well, no, we don't need to implement anything. What people need to do is go and implement what's available to them. We are so set up to organise our own campaigns. We have scripts, we have toolboxes, we have posters, we have videos, and most of all, we've got a blog section that we can visit any time of the day. So, there's so many of them that feel like there's not enough available to them. But then, they're the ones that are not even going to visit the blog. It was quite annoying seeing people wanting more from admin, and yet us who utilise what's there. And I must say, there's still so much that I haven't gone through. I think we're up to about 90 something pages now on there. Just let me have a look. 90 plus anyway. Yeah, look at that, 90 plus pages of helpful information. And yet, I know, especially for people who are new to TBC, they must think that this is a mind-boggling thing to have to gather all this information. But it's not a have to do all in a 1 minute process. I like the fact that so many of the community, so many members within the community, also gathering resources from, admin have given the information, the blog, and now seeing people who are pulling in their own resources to further enhance their capabilities of sharing the gift. As I mentioned this morning, I haven't shared it as nearly as much as I could. And, so we're all bound to look at how are we going to do this. But if you're going to keep wanting admin to give, and you're taking, but you're not utilising, then what more? It's time. I thought to myself, after the powerful morning that we've had, that it's time to stop, I wouldn't call it tiptoeing through the tulips anymore now. We've got to all get in there. No more wriggling our toes in the sand. Things have got to become more solid. You have to find a solid foundation to work TBC in your favour. We all have our own constrictions as to what is that. If you if I had to bring a new person in now, it'd be like overwhelming. And I asked GW the other day, what would be the one video, just a short introduction. I know we've got many a video to introduce TBC to people, but I thought just that one introduction video, because some people's time span are not that long. I think any video introductory video, if it's less than 10 minutes, you just might hold on to their attention span, maybe. But then you've got to have something really impactful. So I see the many methods. I like going to the TBC Revolution page for information, and the Friendly Marketer offers so much in the way of giving informative videos about the different areas of TBC, how to sign up, what happens if there's a problem, how to migrate, all the very, very important stuff. And I like to think that we can all get around to one another's different pages and get to know that TBC is heading in a direction that will just about be on the lips of everybody. Now, you think about knocking the ball out of the ballpark. We're looking for 1 billion people, which may seem far in between for some people. But to strategize and to get the community to share with at least 2 people, and not necessarily in a manner that so everybody's starting to sign up their families just for the numbers. But eventually, we're going to all have to come to the table, and I don't know. I feel like that. What kind of I'm not sure what I'm trying to look for. What kind of impact that I want as far as family is concerned. I mean, You know, they're normally your biggest critics, so your immediate family. But the noise is getting quieter. And I had a lot of objections right at the beginning when I first ever showed TBC to my whānau. It was like, "Oh, get out of here." But the noise is quieting. And a lot of it is too, yes, it's because I'm so, I've got what have I got? Um, I've allowed myself to um, be a stalwart. No, not a stalwart, no. I've got my own way of doing things. And I'd like to think that being involved with everybody within the community, we've all stamped our mark in our own different ways. Now we can, I don't take it lightly that uh, people are either going to understand me or they're not. And I'm going to, I don't know, I want to, it seems like today of watching Randy, to take us, not a different path, but a more physical part in getting the word out there. You know, I can sit here all day at home on my lappies and get around the world like that. But I think it's a stepping out thing now because although it's good to connect with people online, I can see the physical need for people outside, people who are unaware of what's happening. They've got no idea what's happening in their own lives, let alone worry what's happening online. Now, TBC has come to, I don't know, it's getting more impactful now. I can see that now the broadcasters are getting the back up the KCBO rota list is actually filling up. And what I've noticed is that between the hours of, say, midnight here in New Zealand and, say, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, a good solid 4 hours, there isn't a person that's online. You know, you can practically click from room to room and somebody's on. And you know, you want to visit all those rooms, you want to help all those people, just to know that you're there to support them. And if they're speaking a different language, well, then that's okay too, because having your support and just letting them know you're there, they'll entertain the thought that you're there, and they'll welcome you into their rooms, and that's awesome that we can all do that. The language barrier is pretty much, as long as they're saying hello to you, and those that are in that chat room are saying hello to you, um, that's acknowledgement in itself. And you want to support, you want to acknowledge that broadcaster, and they acknowledge everybody right back. And that's becoming common knowledge now, because everybody is excited to have one visitor in their broadcast. And, you know, the many of us will carry on regardless. But we're doing what is expected of us. We're doing something for the community, for the whole of the TBC community. I am so happy to be here. Yeah, yeah, kia ora is uncommon. It's really catching on, isn't it? It's surprising how everybody is just from wherever typing kia ora. everybody. Cambodia, America. Oh my gosh, even Mbae Derek and them and the Cameroons, they're all got the old Kiara going on. And that's awesome. That says a lot for our little country. and and that's what TBC has brought. You know, look, we've boosted our little country of New Zealand into the limelight, you might say. You know, but we don't turn around and go, oh, ni hao, talofa. But, you know, oh, it's awesome. It is awesome. So, you know, for those who are not doing their broadcasts, this is the most powerful way of getting your word out there, of getting yourself out there. There's, it's got to be better than sitting online, posting posts. Now, you know, because there's so many posts out there now, you can just like them and carry on. But this way, broadcasting puts you in front of people who are either going to develop a liking for you or they know where to go to look for help, to seek somebody that suits their needs. I, for one, um, I like to think that, you know, this morning I was actually rung up quite a bit. I was on doing my broadcast because of the medication and all that I've got going on. But I was actually contacted for the water that I had um, talked about. Now, I thought that was quite funny because I'm only using it. I have no, you know, I had no intentions of actually ever. Um, I know all about the water, and I've seen the amount of people. It's going very strong here in New Zealand. And yet I had all these people asking me about going to a meeting, buying a machine. I don't even know anything about it because it's my daughter's baby. You know, I only signed up because of her. But that was the impact that I had. But she was very happy. She was so happy because, you know, I refer them on to her. So doing broadcasts is where it's at. And I said to my daughter, I said, oh, I wasn't advertising anything. They just happened to see my video. That made it all the better for her because she's got some inquiries about people who want to buy a water machine off her. So I want her to get into the. She's young, she's impactful, you know. She can do this, and I said to her, I said, you know, this is was my 82nd broadcast. I said, yeah, it's done. It's more easier than you having to physically, like, you can't walk around with a water machine and they've got booklets and things like that. I said, we've got the blog. We've got TBC, we've got TBC community, we've got our broadcasters. And, you know, it's just so powerful. It's just so powerful how our TBC admin have hooked us up in so many different areas of the advertising world to lift our businesses to another level. And just to help people know that there's always a backup, there's always somewhere to go. If you get lost, if it's not on the blog, then it's not fact. Now, we do have a few pages out there. People are advertising, and I must say, TBC Revolution does a wonderful job. There's not many pages I go to, but TBC Revolution and probably the future voices of TBC, just to see that you can go to the blog, or you can be, if you're on Facebook, then there's a page to go to all the time to get your facts, not just a presumption. Get the facts. And if it's not on the blog, if it's not on the blog, well, then it's not real. Good evening, Serenes. Thank you for visiting me here. I love my chair too. It's causing quite a stir in my chair. Better get me a TBC cover for it. Thank you, Serenes. I'm a bit slow this evening, but never mind. So, yeah, I want to encourage. Good evening, Lucy Brown. How are you? Thank you for being here. So I'm going to fully impact the pages of those people that have got all the facts in the right place, and to impact people who are ready to run with this. It's not a walk in the park anymore. We've got to take the reins and go full speed ahead, because it can only be an advantage to you that we are going to be in a place with TBC that when it takes a grip, and it's taken a hold in a couple of big countries right at this moment, and we can have that here. We can have that here in New Zealand, and work together, which we do. We work together, we play together, and we've got to be able to get this moving through our system here in New Zealand for us. Every country is doing what they can in their country. I'm not the fastest thing on 2 feet, but I'm always ready to help. I'm always willing to help. And there's a myriad of ideas out there from people who, one way or the other, want this to work. And it is working. We've just got to know how to implement it, don't we? Our balances, as was said, GW said this morning, it's no use having a awesome TBC balance if it's just sitting there. If that was real money, it wouldn't be sitting there. You'd do your best to move it around. And this is where we're at. To move those balances around. I was offered today to partner with 2 other well-known people within the TBC community, and it's not a silly idea. To partnership with somebody to help move the economy. The balance is no good sitting there. It must be moved around. And I see the impact that GW is trying to do now as far as forming those partnerships. I didn't see the relevance in it in the beginning. I thought, oh, you're going to pay you for this. For what? For what value was I going to get? But after having considered it all and read through and seen that that's the way to move. You can't, within the TBC community, you can't do it all on your own. You must have And it doesn't have to be one partner. You can partner up with anybody, with a multitude of people. They all get working together collectively. I love the power within the TBC community because we're all seeing the same thing. It's just moving. It's just moving and getting started. And we're all starting to see that, you know, even though the title of Randy Wilson is gone, I just felt today that he increased the level of people that are going to really stick by him and still take note of the powerful sessions that he has, because none was any more powerful than this morning. As I mentioned, from 2 o'clock on, right up until his broadcast, everything just went zip, zip, zip. And that was from the other broadcasters, Mbe, Derek, and coming into the room, and then back to Randy's room. You couldn't have asked for a better morning as far as valuable information was concerned. And then the whole of the community chatting together. That was just so awesome. Oh, I'm a bit stiff, sorry. So listen, I just want to reach out to. I still know. Listen, I haven't even utilised the leads that I've been given. I haven't, and that's just not right. I know, but there's I don't even know what it is why I'm not moving through that list. And yet, it's a proviso that if there's so many people that need help, the orphans that haven't been found yet, and I believe there's a lot of them. Yes, absolutely, Lucy. Um, I've come. I know what I know. What I know is quite a lot. But as Stephen Covey says, when you can pick off something in the blog, just just on a whim, and somebody asks you a question, and you go, oh, it's here. You'll find it here. Now that's the kind of impact I want to have on people. But having admitted this morning that I haven't shared my free gift as much as what I should be, I'm still lagging behind, you might say, because I'm not quite sure the boost I need to move in that direction. Now, it's not so much I want to use anything as nothing hinders me really, but I know myself that I haven't shared my gift, our free gift, as much as I should have or could be doing. So I think right there is where I need to start. Right there, sharing the gift. Now, many people have been signing up their families, their kids, their grandkids, but you still need those people who are going to take part. You still need to be helping people who are going to do more than just sign up the kids, you know. But I guess we're all going to figure it out. We're all going to work on it. We're all going to, that's what we're here for. But to implement what is available to us that TBC admin provide, utilize those things, utilize that toolbox. Look, win you a trip, get a free room, get a free cruise, make a toolbox. Easier said than done. I wouldn't know where to begin. But I know how to utilize so much online. Then there's so much I don't know. And for the likes, like you, Joe Stevens, helping with websites and that, it's a brilliant thing. And yes, you're so right there, Serene. Getting back to the blog. Get sensitive to what's available to you and use everything. Use everything to the max. Well, I'm just about at I'd just like to say thank you guys for coming along and getting a bit. Thank you, Dr. Joe Stevens, for coming along. Serene's TBC Prayer Warrior and Lucy Brown, thank you so much for coming along. It's a joy being around you all. And let's keep this TBC community of ours here in New Zealand alive. And we can all do this. We can all do this, definitely. So this is Julz and Paekau coming to you from Auckland, New Zealand. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I look forward to catching up with you again. This is Julz and Paekau from Auckland, New Zealand, trusted seller within the TBC community. Signing off for now, and I'll catch you all again at the same time tomorrow. Good night. Ka kite.